Keep up with custom.
Welcome back to another intriguing episode of Keep Up with Kaustubh. Today we're diving into the captivating world of ESG, environmental, social, and governance factors. These aren't just buzzwords, they're the real differentiators in creating value for organizations and ultimately nations. So prepare to explore the dynamic interplay between ESG and value creation, where sustainability meets profitability. Stay tuned.
The future of business is not just in profit and loss statements. It's in the balance sheets of our planet, in the well-being of our societies, and in the integrity of our governance structures. Yes, the future of business is entwined with environmental, social, and governance factors, collectively known as ESG. In fact, the rise of ESG in business has been remarkable. As per recent studies, over 80% of companies globally have started considering ESG factors in their business strategies. This shows a momentous shift in the business landscape. A vision of tomorrow where ESG doesn't just add value, but becomes the central value creator for organizations is not just a possibility, but inevitability. ESG parameters are not mere buzzwords, but tangible, measurable aspects that shape an organization's impact and value. The E stands for environmental considerations, which include a company's energy use, waste, pollution, natural resource conservation, and animal treatment. It's about how an organization reduces its carbon footprint, contributes to the fight against climate change. The S refers to social factors. These encompass a company's business relationships, including how it treats its employees, the health and safety measures it adopts, and the wider impact it has on communities. It's about how an organization nurtures its human capital and strengthens the society it operates in. The G stands for governance, which is about a company's leadership, executive pay, audits, internal controls, and rights. It's about how an organization ensures transparency, fights corruption, and respects the rights of its shareholders. The implementation of ESG parameters has proved to be a strategic process that involves the integration of these factors into every aspect of an organization's operations. Studies have shown that companies that successfully implement ESG factors into their operations have seen significant improvements in their performance. For example, a 2020 study found that companies with strong ESG profiles had a 10% higher return on equity than their counterparts. It's about setting clear ESG goals, measuring progress, and reporting transparently. It's about making ESG a part of the company's, not just its strategy. The implementation of ESG is not a walk in the park. It requires complete transformation of how an organization operates. It involves investing in sustainable technologies, adopting fair labor practices, and ensuring transparent governance. Companies that have taken these steps have reported lower operational costs and higher customer satisfaction rates. It requires the commitment of every stakeholder, from boardroom to the shop floor. The benefits of ESG integration are clear. It's a strategic move that can drive improved performance and sustainable growth. Yet the challenging journey is undeniably worth it. According to a study by McKinsey, companies with strong ESG profiles benefit from a 10% lower cost of capital. Similarly, a report by E&Y indicates that these companies experience a 7.5% increase in operational performance. The World Economic Forum also highlights that these firms demonstrate a 12% lower volatility than their counterparts. They possess the resilience to weather economic downturns and are distinctly positioned to exploit new market. Indian organizations are keeping pace in this global shift towards ESG. They are making momentous strides in integrating ESG parameters into their operations, challenging their international counterparts. As per McKinsey's analysis, Indian companies focusing on ESG principles have reported an average increase in their annual revenues. The future of Indian business is convincingly green, socially responsible, and governed with integrity. Let's delve into the core of ESG, the place where value creation intersects with quantifiable measures. We have three key components that are a game changer in the business world: the ESG value creation formulae, the ESG rating system, and the ESG performance matrix. Starting with the ESG value creation formulae, this tool is a mechanism for businesses to calculate both the tangible and intangible returns stemming from their ESG activities. It's beyond just reducing the carbon footprint or fostering diversity. It's about understanding how these actions reinforce the company's overall value. Let's expand this concept with an example here. Say, a firm invests in energy-efficient machinery. The tangible benefit might be the cost saving from lower energy consumption, while the intangible benefit could be improved company reputation for environmental consciousness. Now let's take a moment to explore how exactly the social and governance factors come into play in this formula. Environmental factors can include efforts in reducing greenhouse gas emissions or waste and efficiently using natural resources. Social factors may encompass labor practices, product safety and data security. Governance aspects might involve board diversity, executive compensation or business ethics. All these factors, when quantified and integrated into business strategy, and indirect impact on a company's financial performance and its overall value. Next, we move on to the ESG rating system. These ratings, provided by agencies like MSCI and Sustainalytics, present investors with a clear depiction of a company's ESG performance. Imagine them as a report card for organizations focusing on sustainability and social responsibility. But how are these grades determined? That's where the ESG performance matrix enters the scene. To simplify, a company's ESG rating is ascertained by evaluating several environmental, social, and governance parameters such as carbon emissions, water usage, diversity statistics, and more. This assessment is done through the ESG performance matrix. Each parameter is measured, analyzed, and scored, and the cumulative score decides the company's ESG rating. This rating then offers investors an uncomplicated way to evaluate a company's dedication to ESG principles. Attaining a high ESG rating, however, isn't an overnight achievement. It requires commitment, strategic planning, and most importantly, action. Here are 10 steps organizations can follow to enhance their ESG rating. List out the 10 steps briefly. To back this up, let's examine some concrete evidence. Research from McKinsey, PwC, and numerous industry studies show that companies with superior ESG ratings tend to enjoy better financial performance and exhibit resilience during financial downturns. Thus, ESG isn't just about doing good, it's thriving by doing good. It's about generating value for shareholders, society, and our planet. By employing these tools and strategies, organizations can effectively improve their ESG performance and aid in building a sustainable future. Looking ahead, ESG is not just a trend, but the projected future of business. Recent studies predict that by 2025, 90% of large corporations will be practicing ESG principles. It's about creating value not just for shareholders, but for the planet, for society, and for generations to come. In fact, projections suggest that companies with strong ESG performances could see their cost of capital reduced by up to 4.5%. Thus, the future of ESG is not an option for organizations, but a necessity. It's not just doing good, but about doing well by doing good. However, ESG demands commitment from all levels of the organization. It necessitates a significant shift in mindset, from focusing on short-term to valuing long-term sustainability. Furthermore, it requires a level of transparency and accountability in reporting never seen before. According to Bloomberg data, the number of companies reporting ESG metrics has risen by 20% in the last 5 years alone. Ultimately, the future of business is ESG, and by all estimations, the future of ESG is now.